Chihuahua, poodle. He kind of looks like a pug right now, so yeah, he's a little fat right now. So. I'm 100% done with boxing. Boxing has done nothing but cause me a bunch of misery, honestly. I just wish somebody could give me that advice because honestly, I'm done boxing, so I can't even help you guys with that advice. I'm boxing, man. I don't want to box no more. Bullet, I'm sorry, man. I haven't talked to you yet about this, but I don't want to box no more. We're not boxing no more. I'm 100% done, man. I really want to pursue. Social Spot was lit. I
want to tell everybody, just thank you for coming out, and honestly, happy Easter, everybody. You guys, Jesus was resurrected.
This past weekend, Rolando "Rolly" Romero, the youthful and audacious lightweight contender, shocked the boxing world by announcing his retirement from the sport on social media. Only a few days had passed after Romero's surprise loss to Isaac Cruz, in a bout in which Romero was much favored to win. However, Romero revealed the real reason for his abrupt exit from the ring in a series of tweets that went viral. It's not about what happened. Romero's writing was devoid of the normal bluster and instead included a tinge of melancholy. According to the specialists, my brain is completely damaged. I was able to hear them out and concentrate on what really matters, my family and my health. In addition to generating a flood of sympathy for the young fighter, these tweets shocked the boxing community and raised grave concerns about the risks that boxers endure. Romero was headed for a crack at the World Championship because of his spectacular ring entrances, powerful knockout power, and outspoken nature. Fans loved his fierce, all-out fighting style, and genuine knockouts created a lot of attention. Even while his approach was thrilling, several commentators expressed worry that it would not be sustainable in the long term after the fight. Romero seems to recognize this as well. In a somewhat reserved post-fight interview, he said, "I gave it my all out there, but something just wasn't there. Perhaps I've been battling too much too often. My physique has changed from what it was." Romero clearly took the warning seriously enough to make the tough, but ultimately essential choice to put his health first, even if the details of the doctor's diagnosis are still unknown. Romero's retirement has sparked intense discussions regarding boxing athlete safety once again. Romero's position is a clear reminder of the hazards associated with brain injuries, which have a long and difficult history in the sport. Combatants enter the ring with a face on. Boxing commissions and regulating organizations are being urged to adopt a more proactive approach to fighter safety by both boxing fans and experts. This would include more stringent pre- and post-fight medical examinations, mandatory ringside physicians with increased power to halt competitions, and possibly restrictions on the number of bouts a boxer may accept annually. Rolly Romero's boxing career may have been cruelly ended, but his experience should serve as a warning to others in the sport. Hopefully, his choice will serve as a spark for a significant overhaul of boxing, prioritizes fighter safety, and looks out for the welfare of those who give their life to the sport beyond short-term gains. Romero's departure from the lightweight category creates a hole. He was seen as a rising talent who may follow in the footsteps of players like Javon Davis and Teofimo Lopes. Right now, there are many young competitors fighting for place, making the route to the lightweight title quite open. In addition to creating a perpetual reminder of the precarious nature of a boxer's career and the sacrifices they must make in order to achieve glory in the ring, this might result in some thrilling contests in the years to come. It's important to keep in mind the flame that remained within the young fighter after his defeat by Isaac Cruz. Romero held on to his hopes for success in the future. Romero had been outspoken in his desire to take on Gavin Tank Davis before to the Cruz fight, and a rivalry had been building. With social media jabs and a desire to win the world title fueling the rivalry between the two lightweight contenders, Romero, ever the showman, loved the limelight and yearned for the opportunity to establish himself against a bigger name. Romero was insistent in interviews before to the Cruz altercation that Javon Davis is the next. "When I take that belt away from him, everyone will see who the true lightweight king is. In the ring with him, he talks a big game, but he folds like a cheap suit." Insert made-up statement here. In addition to the Davis showdown, the possibility of a rematch with Cruz lingered. Romero was a really competitive boxer who wouldn't have given up easily. A strong desire to be atoned for, to show that the previous fight was an exception and to go back into the lightweight elite. was there. Pitbull fought valiantly. Romero may have given in, insert made-up remark here, but that won't be the case the next time. I'll reclaim that crown and return stronger than before. Unfortunately, these visions were disturbed by the physician's prognosis. Romero's forced suffering raises questions such, what if? Could he have killed Gonzalez and exacted revenge on Cruz? These are questions that will never be addressed.
As of right now, I am retired. I have no interest of getting back in the ring. I would rather be sitting down on the beach getting my dick sucked by 2 escorts at the same time than fucking going in there and hanging out with a bunch of sweaty dudes all day. Who was a champion, tested positive for steroids because he's a piece of shit, and I got a dangerous 24 wins with 22 knockout puncher. He would have survived an extra 40 seconds with a devastating puncher like myself.
The T-Mobile Arena was transformed into a clash of Titans crucible, and the neon lights of Las Vegas glistened with excitement. One corner had us standing the machine Raleigh. Romero the Battle put the young and hungry to the test. The champion was a formidable puncher with a track record of applying constant pressure. Pitbull, Isaac Cruz exuded youthful bravado. His self-assurance shining through in this lightweight showdown was more than simply a physical altercation. It was a conflict between ambition and experience, a symbolic shifting of power. The uncomfortable calm was broken by the starting bell, which set off a furious sequence of events, sparked by Romero's pre-fight jabs. In the first round, Cruz emerged as a guy with a strong left hook and sent a shockwave through Romero that briefly caused the machine to sway. Romero made a full recovery, which is a credit to his tenacity, but the battle had changed in nature. Now, with an unrelenting assault, Cruz, the aggressor, set the tempo while Romero, surprisingly restrained, found it difficult to get into a rhythm. We fought with the supporters. Romero acknowledged thereafter at the press conference that there was a hint of sadness mixed with reluctant admiration in his voice. Tonight, we simply didn't quite cut it. I salute Pitbull. Despite moments of his past genius, Cruz is a fierce fighter who works with his trainer to use movement and ring intelligence. Romero was unable to match Cruz's unrelenting pressure. In a last-ditch effort to halt Cruz's momentum, he even conceded a point in the 5th round. However, these were just temporary measures before the impending storm. In a thrilling 7th round, everything turned around. Cruz pounded Romero repeatedly before landing a strong right hand that struck Romero in the temple. The audience gave a tremble at the hit. Romero got up unsteadily on wobbly legs, but the battle had taken its toll. He moved slowly and was obviously injured. Cruz said at the news conference, "I went in there with the intention of leaving it all in the ring." His face lit up with a delighted smile, and I did just that. Cruz's outstanding performance came to an end in the 8th round as a barrage of power punches overpowered the opponent. Though with fading Romero pressuring the referee to step in and end the bout, Isaac Pitbull was declared the winner by TKO. The stark statistics showed how dominant Cruz was. He outpunched Romero by a considerable amount in punches. Cruz was crowned victorious in this battle, landing with more precision and intensity. The cheers of the audience announced the birth of a new star in the lightweight class. Cruz said, "I'm not just a dangerous fighter anymore," beaming with self-assurance. "This belt says, bring it on, whoever wants it. I'm prepared." Romero was stated to want to pay back the punishment he received, casting doubt on his capacity to compete at the greatest level and casting doubt on his future. Perhaps the light that blazed in his eyes had faded and was replaced by the grim truth of time's relentless march. There's no denying that the boxing world saw a change of leadership in Las Vegas. The lightweight category now belongs to the Pitbull. Even if the machine could splutter back to life, he's only just started to rule.
Wawa poodle. He kind of looks like a pug right now, so yeah, he's a little fat right now. So I mean, self-explanatory.
I completely understand, but you know what? Let him talk, because in the end, at the end of the fight, he's gonna be the true Chihuahua, and he's the one that's gonna end up crying.
We'll see, March 30th. Make sure to buy the pay-per-view.
The boxing community is still upset over Raleigh the Machine's aftermath. Romero's devastating loss to Isaac Pitbull Cruz in what was supposed to be a furious clash of titans ended up being a one-sided show of dominance by Cruz. But the real fight broke out when the referee controversially stopped the match in the 1st round, a decision that set off a firestorm of rage in Romero. Romero is now threatening legal action. Romero's accusations are nothing short of explosive. A lawsuit against the Boxing Federation would be a seismic event. casting a long shadow over the legitimacy of the entire organization. Some believe Romero's claims are fueled by the bitter sting of defeat, while others acknowledge the unsettling aspects of the referee decision. Romero's complaints go far beyond the limits of that one fight. He feels that this defeat, marred by supposed corruption, marks the end of his storied career. Romero was harmed, but he recovered. The referee may have been too careful in protecting him. Romero spoke with much passion in his voice, saying, "I've poured my heart and soul into this sport. Tears, sweat, and blood. I've given everything up to be the greatest, and now it's all meant to end because to a staged altercation. I will not allow them to take this away from me in any manner." It is unclear whether Romero has a strong enough case to file a lawsuit. Although the legal process will be drawn out and the result uncertain, one thing is certain. Rawly, the whole sports world will be watching with bated breath to see how this historic drama plays out. But Romero isn't going down without a fight. He's ready to take on the boxing establishment. Fans are split as boxing pundits analyze every move, every punch, and every decision as accusations and counter-accusations fly. Some supporting Romero's allegations of unfairness, while others applauding Cruz's well-earned triumph. The boxing world will never forget the night the machine was destroyed or the acrimonious dispute that followed the boxing match, that much is clear. The fallout from Rolly the Machine has left the globe in a state of constant buzz. The incredible loss by Romero versus Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz moved beyond the debate surrounding the stoppage of the referee. Romero's vehement remarks after the bout have escalated the already tense situation. Romero, driven by his unyielding conviction that the fight was rigged and this wasn't a loss, started a two-pronged assault, including a possible lawsuit against the federation and an unrelenting desire for a rematch. Romero refused to accept defeat. Romero said during the news conference that he felt like a spring that was about to break. It was a robbery. My win in that ring was stolen by them. A mixture of surprise and rage erupted in his eyes. Cruz is a skilled fighter, but I wasn't defeated by him by a straight battle. The fix was there from the beginning. To put it mildly, Romero's claims are audacious. He accuses many dubious aspects of the battle, including BSA rulings and dubious officiating choices. While some write off his assertions as the desperate ramblings of a bitter loser, others agree that his suspicions are stoked by the fight's closeness and the contentious stoppage. Romero increased the volume of his voice. "I've not finished yet. A rematch is what I desire. Allow me to challenge Cruz once again, with impartial refereeing and sincere judges this time. I'll demonstrate to everyone what a genuine altercation looks like." A flash of defiance lit in his eyes. "The device is operational. I'll reveal this corruption and take back the lightweight championship, which is rightly mine." It's exciting to consider Romero and Cruz facing up again. The first fight between them was hotly fought, with Cruz winning by TKO in the 8th round. However, the circumstances surrounding the stoppage and Romero's allegations of foul play complicate matters considerably. The collective gasp that was elicited by the shocking discovery that Rolly the Machine Romero showed evidence of brain injury in his post-fight medical records. The announcement clouds Romero's vehement call for a rematch with Isaac Pitbull Cruz, an ongoing battle stoked by his steadfast conviction that the initial bout was altered, and Romero's simmering suspicions of corruption. The physician's report causes a disruption to his immediate schedule. Now, more than ever, his health comes first for any boxer, particularly one who may have suffered brain damage. Going back into the ring too soon might be quite harmful. Romero will probably not be allowed to compete until he has completed a series of neurological tests and been given the all-clear to return to the ring by a medical professional. Romero's career would be essentially placed on pause throughout this months-long procedure. The possibility of a rematch is further clouded by the revelation. Romero's health would be a major spectacle, even if he were finally authorized to compete. Would promoters take the risk of returning a boxer to the ring who could have brain damage? Would spectators feel at ease seeing a boxer go up knowing the possible risks?